the only time the transition committee from the APC agreed to sit with the transition committee from the PDP, that is from the governor, we saw the kind of tension that characterized that moment. And it was all because of lack of information. You know, the transmission of what has been done and the quality of what has been done to the incoming transition committee created some form of tension, which it shouldn't have done if those who had come to receive those information already had them. I mean, they would have been satisfied with the online copy because they already know that these things exist. They already had them. They didn't have them. So they thought that in a way, technology could be manipulated to create those things because they thought they didn't exist. But I think for the past few weeks now, since Obaseki started his commission, which he ought to have done before now, Edo people are beginning to see that you not only have physical infrastructure, you have systems, enduring systems. You have technology, all of them in place, foundational, that any government can build upon. It's not a mirage, it's not a deja vu, it is right there, palpable, buoyant. So Obaseki has left a legacy. We can't take that away from him, irrespective of what you think of Obaseki as a person, irrespective of the volume of hatred you have for Obaseki. You can't take away from him the things that he has done. If you go to physical infrastructure, for instance, I keep myself now within the precincts of the Edo metropolis. I don't even go as far as Ologbo, Orion anymore. What people can see, because I mean the argument is that they don't exist. What you can see, every time you mention the secretariat, they want to downplay it. I said the secretariat in Edo State is the most beautiful working ambience in the country, including the Federal Secretariat Abuja. I mean, I'm an Abuja boy. That's where I lived. I can tell you about the Federal Secretariat. I can tell you about each office of the Federal Secretariat. Loaded with files. People don't have anywhere to move their bodies. In Obaseki, so you have state-of-the-art buildings, a perfect, commodious ambience for anybody to work. Everyone who have come there have confessed that. He created that, is leaving that as a legacy. By the right side of the secretariat is a cousin, the Edo City Mall, 60 massive retail store, housing ShopRite. Everybody says ShopRite, ShopRite. That's not ShopRite building. ShopRite is house in Edo City Mall. And then a huge basement underground. IGRO coming from there is enough to pay, you know, a category or a section of the civil service. You have that there. If you go to Iyaro, you have an education hub. I'm giving physical infrastructure that an illiterate can go, an iMac. You have an education hub that is a whole complex of education system. So you have the Ministry of Education house there, you have a Subeb house there, you have the Quality Assurance Board house there, you have library there, you have schools, you have everything inside that hub. State of the art. In fact, everybody, even his enemies, confess that when Obaseki builds, you cannot improve on the building. Go to the Ministry of Physical Infrastructure. And then where you have the EDOGIS, the Edo Geographical Information System, and go and see the Ministry of Physical Infrastructure. It's state of the art. Then when you leave EDOGIS, go to ADP. ADP before now used to be like, you know, the metaphor of what Edo State government was. It used to be like a pathetic, neglected environment. But go there now, it has come alive. All agricultural experience, whatever you want to do, whether it is research, whether it is data collection, whether it is trainings on, is housed in one place. The building is the best in the country of any such, business transaction. Physical infrastructure. Then you move downward a bit in Sapler Road, go to State School of Nursing. State School of Nursing Sciences. Apart from the physical infrastructure, go in and see the programs, the nursing programs. We are involved in telemedicine. So students are in class in Benin and they are discussing with their professors in the US. They are discussing with their professors from all over the world. Practical terms, medical education. So we are now training in Edo State some of the best nurses we are going to have in this country in the next generation. That's apart from the equipment that universities from around come to use. Having finished with that, he went to School of Health Technology because you need those subsidiary, ancillary services to have a whole full medical experience. So laboratory technicians and so on and so on, they are trained in the School of Health Technology. It's the best in the country.